Hi, everybody. This is Bill Carmody. I'm your instructor. Speaking to you from my office at COD. Today is January 21st. It's Monday, Martin Luther King's birthday. But I wanted to come in today to make a video here to introduce myself to my class. I'm addressing my Business Law 2211 Netto 1 class. It's a 8-week class, so we don't have a lot of time to spare, so I wanted to get in and give you some information that may help you. Um, I make these videos periodically during the class. They are not instructional videos, but I try to give you information that will help you um, and some tips here and there. So uh, I have some housekeeping things I want to cover with you, and then I'll tell you a little bit about our class. This video, usually my videos are about 5 minutes. I try to keep them short. This one will probably be closer to 10 minutes. I have a lot to cover. So that being said, first of all, thank you. I'm glad everybody's registered, and I can see some of you are doing the discussion board, the introductions. It's kind of just to get a little acquainted thing, and uh, be sure and do that, and be sure and you respond to somebody so you get full credit, 10 points extra credit. Okay, so yeah, I'm an attorney and I have taught uh, this class and other classes here at COD for many years. So I have some experience in teaching. My background is kind of a broad one that involves the practice of law, general practice of law, and it was mostly in Cook County as I was doing litigation work. I started out as a prosecutor and then went on to other things, civil work, including lots of different types of cases. And I can tell you a little bit more about that some time, but I want you to know I do have uh, legal experience and courtroom experience. But moving on with our course here. So the introductions I told you are extra credit. Um, the course structure, it consists of 4 units. I think you've seen that. There are 4 due dates. It's not every week you have things due, but pretty close. With this 8-week class, there's not much time to spare. So every couple of weeks, there's going to be something due. Um, so the first unit is due February 3rd. The second is due the 17th of March, and the third is due March 3rd. Now, the fourth is due a week later, then, on the 10th of March. So that's a tight schedule in that last unit. So everything in those units are due on those dates. You can submit any time up to the due date. So you can work ahead if you want. Everything's available. This is your class, it's your online class, and I want you to succeed. But I do enforce my due dates. I have to. I've got lots of classes. I've got 4 online classes. I've got to teach in the classroom on campus. So for all of us, we have to meet our due dates. But if you want to work ahead, that's fine. I may not get to the grading part as quickly as you might get it done, but I welcome that. So, okay, moving on. Let's see. I got our due dates. Due dates are firm now. You'll pay a penalty if you're late. So, okay, now you have 10 quizzes. You have 4 exams. You've got some discussion boards and some homework cases, which I'll tell you about in a bit, and a little bit of extra credit, not much. So, okay. So you can see the whole course is laid out in that due dates sheet. Everything's ready for you whenever you want. Um, the textbooks is the 9th edition. Oops, I think you got it. Anyway, here's your textbook, everybody, and get that done, or get that if you haven't already. You need it, and you have to have the 9th because I assign things directly out of this edition, and you're gonna have a problem if you're using some other edition. Okay, guys. What's important in the chapters? I mean, I think I'd read my course objectives. I outlined in the course objectives, each chapter, what I think, and each unit, what I think is important. And that's what to focus on, okay? What's raised in your objectives. Um, okay, discussion boards, there's several small ones for 10 points, a couple, three that I do. And Then there's a bigger one. It's kind of a pretty meaningful case discussion. It's called the Art Museum case, and I posted it there. You can look at it and start your work on it now. Don't wait till the last minute on that one. That's a 100-point uh, discussion board, and it's high stakes, and I want you to get as much credit as you can on there. So it's a high priority one. It's due February uh, 17th in this class. So that's not that far away. So take a look at that case. It's an interesting case. It involves ethics among some other things in the business world. So you'll see. It's an interesting case. So that's a big discussion board. Okay, my guys. A little bit about communications with me. I welcome your emails. Um, I use only your COD email and my COD email. Contact me whenever you want, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. You're welcome to stop in sometime if you want. If I have office hours, I'd like to meet once in a while. I meet my online students, so that's up to you. Um, but uh, I will respond, always within 24 hours or sooner, except maybe on a weekend or something. But I usually get right back to you. I I'm going to be using, or I have been using a tool called Remind.com. I'll send you out a notice on it. Sign up for that. It's really, the students really like it, and as I do, because in this way, when I create an announcement of some kind, um, I can email you, but I can also, which I usually do, is send you a text through Remind. Now you just sign up for it and give them your phone number. I don't have your phone number, but through that system, if I give you my announcement, it'll show up as a text message. And the students have told me in my evaluations here that they like that tool, so I recommend that you do it. Now there is one problem that has just arisen with Remind for people with Verizon Carrier. They were balking at cooperating on a no cost basis, and now I think they're going to back off. But well, let's just sign up for it and see how it goes. Okay, everybody else is fine. So okay, sign up for Remind when you see that, and don't use that to communicate with me. I just send announcements in text form. I don't really check that or anything. So don't send me anything over Remind. Email me, please. Thank you. Okay. Uh, all right. I don't want to run too far over here. I typically give you some feedback on your homework cases and other things. So look for that, and you'll see, when I grade something, I usually put remarks in there. I read everything you give me. That means everything, no matter what. I read it sometimes more than once. So um, I want to see what you have to say on these things. Um, I'll come back to those homework cases. Deadlines, yes. Late submissions, you got to watch your deadlines. Um, Late submissions are going to pay a penalty, and you only have 7 days to turn anything in. And some on the quizzes, I don't even allow you to turn them in late. I just have to stay on task. And you will, with this class, it's such a short time. You have to get everything done on time. Don't lose any points for late submissions. And I'm not going to. Yeah, I just have to keep things going on time. Okay. Um, okay. Now. And there's by the way, for that 1 week period, you get dinged, lose some points on these assignments if you turn them in late. Okay, good. That gives me enough time to just refer to the homework cases. Those are 3 cases I've got. They total 33 1/3 points, and each, and then the total is 100 points. So these are case questions out of the textbook that I give to my students, and I ask you to um, give us an answer. Now, that's not a research project. It's not a lengthy project, but with the material in the text, you should be able to respond to those with no problem. Now, some people want to go out and do research. I don't object to it, and I don't discourage it ever. But and most important is I want this to be in your words and your words only. I don't care what somebody else says about it. And you go out and look for these things and find them online. And, that's not what I'm looking for. And we have plagiarism software that screens and everything. So I just want to see what you have to say about the result of that case. And it's a simple question. You'll see when you look at them, and you have to read the question and do a little checking in your textbook what applies, and I think you'll be all right. It's a paragraph or two. It's not a big assignment, but you have to support your answer with something that you've read or some precedent or some case you know about. So okay, that's almost it. I went kind of fast here, my kids. Oops. I came in mainly to get this video done here today because I know you're all stressed a bit starting out a new semester, and this is a short class. And I welcome you all. I do keep in touch with my students. I regularly will send out this type of video and give you some tips on things and maybe a reminder or two. And I'll use that remind, so watch for that in another couple of days when I send out that link. That being said, I'm running a little long here, and I want to tell you congratulations for being here, and Happy New Year, and happy semester. This is where I do it here. It's in my office. I wanted to tell you that I've got a great office. I'm sitting here with a beautiful view. Now, I had to pull the shade down because it's so bright, but you can see the students walking by. I'm street level with a floor-to-ceiling window, and I enjoy this office a lot. I'm in the big building, so stop in and see me if you want. Okay, nothing more. Thank you, everybody.